Democratic Governor Andy Beshear of Kentucky joins me now. A lot of hard work ahead. I'd like to hear a quick reaction to what you heard J.D. Vance talk about.
It's just amazing. Apparently there is no lie too big for Donald Trump and J.D. Vance. I mean, when you ask him about the last election, all you're asking him to do is admit reality. And we deserve to have a vice president who believes in democracy and can say, yes, Donald Trump lost the last election, and now we're running in this election. And then the lies on FEMA and disaster response. Listen, in Kentucky, we went through our worst tornado disaster and our worst flood disaster in our history, and I didn't have to deal with any of the shenanigans that Donald Trump is putting out right now, and his lies can hurt people. I mean, lying that $750 is all that's available, that means that individual might not apply for the $40,000 plus in individual assistance. Like, if you truly care about the people that are harmed more than yourself, you wouldn't politicize this. You wouldn't be putting out all this misinformation. And as somebody who has led through natural disasters, it hurts.
Governor, to your point, though, you talk about Donald Trump lying. The Harris campaign has consistently said that Donald Trump is a liar, a threat to democracy, a convicted felon, and yet the race appears tighter than ever, even with record-breaking dollars for Kamala Harris. What is happening? What is not happening?
Well, we've got a lot of partisanship in America right now, and it's something that I hope after this election that the vice president can move us beyond, that she can remind us that this isn't supposed to be an us versus a them that Donald Trump seems to do in everything that he's about and that he does. She can remind us that we are all Americans first, and Democrats, Republicans, and independents second, third, or fourth. You look at her plans, and that's exactly what they do. A middle-class tax breaks.
Governor, again, this race is incredibly tight. Vice President Harris' campaign motto is a new way forward. Our ABC Ipsos poll, however, found that while 74% of Americans want Harris to diverge from President Biden, if elected, 65% think she'll mainly continue the administration's policies. Why isn't her idea of being a change candidate resonating?
Well, I think it's starting to resonate, and it's going to resonate even more. What we need are for folks to look at her policies. Again, the middle-class tax break would help right now. Expanding the child tax credit would help right now. She's the first presidential candidate in my lifetime talking about affordable housing, both on the supply and on the affordability side. All of her plans are about helping people right now. Donald Trump, his plans, our Project 2025, are tearing away the Affordable Care Act, which will eliminate health care coverage from tens of millions of people. You know, it couldn't be clearer whose policies will help the American people, but we've got to communicate that over and over and over.
What do you think the biggest difference will be? Do you think she will be different than Joe Biden? What do you think the difference is? She struggled on The View to say anything about anything different, that she would be different.
Well, of course she'll be different because we are all different individuals. But just look at the
policy-wise.
I mean, they're right there. Right, but President Biden's plans were about building a future economy that is happening right now. We're building the two biggest battery plants on planet Earth in Kentucky. We built the cleanest, greenest recycled paper mill the world's ever seen. Those are all through his policies. But hers are about right now. How do we help the American people that are struggling to pay the bills? And that's middle-class tax breaks. That's affordable housing. That's the child care tax break. All the things that she is working on will help us get through the next 6 months and the next year so that we will walk into this really strong economy that's being built out there.
Which is a problem for her right now. A problem, according to our polls right now. Despite the positive jobs and inflation reports, in our new poll, 59% of Americans say the economy is getting worse, more than twice the 23% who say it's getting better. I also want to talk a little bit about what she said about her economic plan. She said she'd make sure the rich pay their fair share. That's something we heard Biden say over and over and over again. Then there's been no major tax overhaul. So why would that be different under Harris, especially since she might face a Republican Senate? How does she get that through?
Well, certainly she's telling you what her values are, and the idea that those that have benefited from the United States of America, from being able to get out there and live the American dream and have created wealth for themselves and their family should pay back into America to make sure that that dream is available for everybody else. I think what you're seeing is someone who has been in the Senate, who has that expertise, who's cast tie-breaking votes, and when you look at her policies, is seeking common ground with common sense. And ultimately, that helps all of us. It helps her govern closer to the center in a way where she can build confidence from all the American people. Because after this election, after she wins, we've got to get past this constant us versus them. Being asked to pick a side in everything from the car you drive to the beer you drink. Somehow beer became political in the last couple of years. She is an answer that can get our country back on the right track. Being someone who knows her and Governor Walz very well, I have full confidence that they're going to lead us in the right direction.
Okay, thanks for joining us this morning, Governor Beshear. We appreciate it.